So morning. I'll just show you this clematis that's purple one, which has just come out, and it's beautiful. It's rained quite heavily last night, and the garden's loving it. I think it's just come out lovely like that. I guess the difficulty is in some ways that I was intending to go for a cycle for ages, and this is the opportunity now. So just been oiling up the bike that's not had use for quite some time. This is my tried and tested and reliable Boardman MHT. I think is it 8 something or 9 hardtail mountain bike. It's done a huge amount of mileage, probably 3,000-4,000 probably, I would have thought, or I can't remember now. Yeah, but it's not been out for ages, and I've been missing going cycling, and that's partly because of all sorts really, but I had a really twingy and sore back for ages. It's a bit not right today after sitting in sessions, but there it is. But it's generally better my back, a lot better. And the other factor was, on Sundays I was taking my son to football matches, and so that wiped that out as well. So yeah, so this is it, hardtail. Highly recommend this Boardman MHT. The only thing that I end up doing with it, fingers crossed, is I had to change the crank at one point because that stripped off, and then the spokes tend to go on the wheels periodically, which I just get replaced at Halfords for about 20 quid or something. Yeah, apart from that, happy days. It's done good amount, so we'll see how it goes today. So yeah, just managed to get the bike tidied up a little bit. It was just needing the tyres pumped up, a bit of oil, a few adjustments. Yeah, so it's doing all right. I've a couple of kilometers in now, and I guess I was just thinking, there's this often if you've not been out doing something for a while, there can be this like a bit of a mental block nearly, where it's like really tricky to restart a habit that you had for a while. Like I used to go out every Sunday for like a long time, for long cycles, so there'd be like 5-6 hours or something, sometimes 4, 5, 6 hours, early morning till about lunchtime and that, and sometimes, and you see that a lot with people where, that I work with and stuff, sometimes where they might have had a really, like, I don't know, significant, level of fitness on a certain sport or something. And yeah, they were used to it. It was just part of the routine. And now it's been a gap for a while. So for example, for me, it's been partly taking my kid to football on a Sunday instead, and but also I hurt my back and stuff, and so there's this thing of trying to restart something again can be quite mentally challenging sometimes. It's just strange, really strange sometimes. So what I did to prep for myself is I got the bike spokes, wheels, and that was another issue. The spokes went on the wheels and I didn't get it fixed for a while as well. I've taken it out for wee rides with my son and stuff, but nothing like what I would normally do back in the day. So yeah, so I got the spokes fixed, and then, like, for example, on Friday after work when I was waiting for the train, I went into the bike shop and I just looked at bikes, and I just like got a little bit excited about bikes, and looking at them and thinking, oh, that's a nice bike. Just to try and prime myself for the idea of going for a cycle and just help myself get over the threshold of actually pulling the bike out, which is interesting to me anyway. But and so there's these little stages that you can do with it. It's like, okay, what do I need to do to prep for that a little bit? Okay, I'll get a water bottle sorted, and yeah, and then also sometimes it can be that it can feel a little bit overwhelming. It's like, oh, I used to go for 5-6 hour cycles. I'd like to bag that would be my normal thing, and I'd be satisfied with that. But then it's like, actually, it's okay to just go out, for like an hour or 2 or 3 or whatever, or even half an hour if you want. And it's reeling it back and thinking that's okay. You don't have to go and do the 5-6 hours that you used to do, and it's good enough to go out and do 20 minutes, half an hour if you want, you know. Yeah, and now I've done a couple of kilometers. My back's been okay. That's the other factor, because I had this dialogue in my head around, sometimes we can have like memories of injuries, you know, or pain that we've been in. And for example, I was out 3 hours out one time, and my back just went going over some rocks and stuff, and I got a puncture and stuff and other stuff, and it wasn't a nice experience. And that comes as a memory sometimes, you know, when you think about going out for a cycle, and you sometimes just have to think, okay, well, I'm going to reorientate my head, and actually this is a different time now. My back's a lot better than it was. I've managed to sort that out a lot by sleeping without a pillow, and lo and behold, here we are a couple of kilometers in now, and it's actually really nice. And there's, you know, had a heavy rain last night, and it's been really good for the garden, you know. And now I'm going to crack on. So I'm going to head across to Monk's Wood, Bluebell Hill direction. Let's see how far I get. Should be an hour and a half away. And happy days. Have a good one. So I just cycled up this hill, and I guess I was just thinking, what I tend to find helpful when doing endurance stuff is just not looking at the top of the hill when you're cycling. And just really noticing the things around you as you're cycling, like cool trees and stuff. There's a pretty cool tree through there, but I'm not sure you can see it or not very well. And then there was this cool bird making a noise, but it's gone quiet now. It was like some kind of owl or buzzard or something. Anyway, so this is the warren. It seemingly is this little forest here that people go for a walk round, which is really nice actually. And yeah, I'm just cracking on. I guess I'm noticing the difference between walking again and cycling. This high intensity aspect of, say, cycling up this hill here. It doesn't look massive, but it kind of gives you a good like burst, and you feel the muscles working out. So I made it at last to Bluebell Hill, which is an awesome view across the whole of Kent here. And yeah, it's just it's done me proud, the bike. Fingers crossed, no punctures. So yeah, all those catastrophic thoughts around getting punctures and all of that, just unfounded. And pretty cool. I just met a couple of Gurkhas, Gurkha veterans that I had a wee chat with, that were out on their bikes as well from Maidstone. And what else? Yeah, I mean, I took a wrong turn, which wasn't good. So I added about half an hour to my ride, and I think that point was a bit, oh, I was just like, since then I've been grinding it out to get here, and I've not been feeling the love for it. But I'm feeling the love for it now I've got here, so good times. And yeah, my back's a little bit tight, but I can stretch it out when I'm using the mountain bike and stuff, even when I'm cycling, and move my where I put the pressures and stuff. And my knee has been relatively fine, apart from a few little twings, but fine. Yeah, and there it is, kind of Medway Valley, looking across the Maidstone and stuff. This is a perfect spot for mountain biking. There's Bluebell Hill trails all the way down to the bottom. It can be a bit sketchy with flint and stuff like that, and chalk stuff, but it's fine. And then also, if you go down the other side from the Robin Hood pub, it's just the most glorious downhill through the forest there. But I've kind of run out of time because I've got to get back for some other things, and I'll probably already be a bit behind when I get back. So yeah, well, I'm going to have to step back, but Monk's Wood is just across there and down past the Robin Hood pub, and it does feel like you're in Robin Hood times when you go through that forest there. It's an off-road trail down to the bottom of Monk's Wood, and it's beautiful. But another time maybe, because we've run out of time. And yeah, just I guess I was just thinking, yeah, though, fitness-wise, I can feel all sorts of different muscles getting worked out doing the cycling compared And there is this grinding at hills and stuff, high intensity stuff, which is a lot different than walking. So I'm sure it's doing me good, even though my back's slightly tight, but not. It's held up fine, really. I need to get back now, though, so it'll be about an hour and a half back or something. So yeah, it feels good to get here, and the view's beautiful. Sun's come out. It's lovely. Weight-wise, I was 118 this morning, kilogram. And I've done all of this in while eating carnivore diet, and this morning I didn't eat anything, so I just had coffee, and here I am after just drinking water and coffee. And I was kind of questioning, oh, do I, how's it going to be? I'm not going to manage it because of lack of carbs, and I always used to fancy having a banana and stuff. I mean, when I'm about here, like on the way back and stuff, but to be honest, I feel all right, it's not bad. It's like you just pace yourself, and I think I feel just much the same as I would before, really. I guess you do get sugar rushes from eating carbs when you're out exercising, but more endurance style anyway, so yeah. I think everybody's a bit different and has different biology though, so I guess people can do what they want, but it works for me doing carnivore. Happy days, beautiful weather. Right, I'm gonna go back in a wee while after a wee break. Enjoy. I just had another thought where what I like about going out in the countryside and versus exercising in the gym is that there is no real option. I mean, yeah, you could call someone and say, come and pick me up. But there's no option but to grind out getting home, So if you go for a couple of hours somewhere or an hour somewhere miles away, well, you got to get back, So it just adds, yeah, a bit of kind of impetus to things, and means that you end up doing that a little bit more sometimes because what are you going to do? You've got to get home. But anyway, have a good one. So, just got back from the ride. Yeah, I feel really good after that now. Much easier coming back, and I kind of just clicked that all that the way there was mostly uphill, long slow grinds and little hills and stuff. So that's why it took extra long to get there, and also I took a wrong turn a couple of times because I was taking a different route to try and find a quicker route, but actually it was actually longer in the end. But now I know what the route is because I came back that way, and it was actually even faster. So it was a lot faster on the way back, about an hour and 10 or something, because it was all mainly downhill and then little hills to just power up, So I definitely got a good workout on the way back, but it was quite enjoyable just gliding down hills as well and just enjoying the zone. So now that I've had my cycle, which was about 45 kilometers, 3.5 hours or so, with a little break at the other end, and then gone off and got the horse manure, filled up the car with that, brought it back. Then I've eaten a little bit of beef, and got myself a coffee here, and now I feel like so good, honestly. Kind of reminds me of what it was like before when I used to do endurance cycles before quite a lot. Yeah, I just feel really good off it, and I thought, blinking heck, I need to do that probably as much as I can, but it just depends what time I have, depending on what I need to do with family and stuff. But early mornings and that new route should be alright, to be honest. Yeah, I'll be a bit more efficient next time anyway. So yeah, the cool thing is you've got most of the day to crack on when you get back with other things. So if you go early in the morning, you're back, well, just about as the household wakes up. Check out these though, epic flowers and peonies, and the roses are coming up as well, slowly but surely. But yeah, have a good one.